All right, welcome to the Week 15 NFL recap. I'm your host, Ben Powell.
I'm Jake Wazinski.
Let's get started.
There's a couple good games this week. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the playoff pictures definitely developed in that past week.
Right.
And I can't wait for next week. That's gonna be very interesting. Going on first game, we got the Bucks and the Rams. Bucks losing, going to 6-8. Rams going up to 6-8. Rams winning this one 31-23. I mean, Jameis Winston had a pretty good game. I'm not gonna lie about that. Getting over 300 yards, that's pretty good.
Right. Two touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I mean, the loss without Vincent Jackson. I mean, well, Mike Evans is a good receiver. No blame on him. That guy did pretty good. But I mean, just the threat of Vincent Jackson, I think, diminished the offense a little bit.
Right. But you know, they got Doug Martin stepping in, having a very good season this year.
Definitely.
You know, I think they got some pieces that could, in the future, develop into some really good players and a really good team.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of developing players, you got Todd Gurley. This game, it wasn't looking that pretty good.
Right. He got shut down, but you know, you got to remember. No disrespect to St. Louis, but he still is on St. Louis. So some games he's gonna get shut down because they're not a very good team. That it's not his fault. But
I think he's still a good guy. I mean, but you can't blame him for this.
Right.
You definitely can. I mean, scoring one touchdown's hard enough, but I mean, he was definitely in the goal zone and that goal line when that happened.
Right.
I mean, getting these couple of yards, is fighting for it. You know, he's always going to develop into a good young player.
Mm-hmm.
All right, going on to the next game, we got the Jets and the Cowboys. Jets win this one, 19-16. Cowboys eliminated from the playoffs.
Right.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with Dallas has played with injuries this entire season. I mean, that's hard enough to do. And to go out and win games with players you don't usually play, oh my, gee, you're not gonna get anywhere with that.
Right. I think what makes the Cowboys scary for next year is we can pretty much put this season they didn't have a quarterback. So next year they get their quarterback back, making them an already very good team, and now with their poor record they're gonna get a high draft pick as well.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna keep racking up players. We'll see if they can come together, but they're gonna be scary.
Who do you expecting for a Heisman? Who do you expecting for a pick for the Cowboys? I mean, who do you think they need at least from the draft? I mean, if
I had to go, I'd probably go running back because they've been going RB by committee this year, and a lot of teams, that's a new style of play for a lot of teams. But I think everybody wants that one solid back. Adrian Peterson, Le'Veon Bell. I mean, even though D'Angelo Williams stepped in well, I think they still want that one back. Every team wants that complete package. So I think Dallas should look for a back.
There's been going on to what they need. I mean, for a QB, at least a backup. I mean, because Tony's going to be back next season, but I mean, for a backup, there's been a lot of talk in the offseason that Johnny Manziel may go to Dallas.
I don't know.
I don't know about that, actually.
I think the Browns are going to keep him. He had a solid performance this week, throwing for 178 yards and about 2 touchdowns. So, one touchdown. But, he had a solid performance. I think the Browns have something there with him.
Yeah, I mean, could Johnny Manziel do any better in Dallas? Well, it's the Cowboys' offensive line that makes that team. We've all seen how good they are.
Right.
Going on next game, we get the Vikings and the Bears. The Vikings winning this bad boy 9-5, going up to 9-5. Sorry, the Bears going down to 5-9. Bears still not eliminated from the wild card thing, but like I said last week, it's hard for 3 teams in one division to go through. I mean, the Vikings outstanding this week. Teddy Bridgewater doing an excellent job. Getting on fantasy, 32 points. That's pretty dang nice.
Right.
I mean, did he say anything? Was he on the leaderboard?
No, he's not in the top 10, but that doesn't matter. He still had a very good game.
That's a very good game for that guy. I mean,
stats aren't everything for QBs,
Going for
just
stats,
leading your team,
For the running back, Adrian Peterson, I mean, he wasn't providing a lot for his team. I mean, we see the backup getting 2 touchdowns. That's pretty good from him.
Right, Jared McKinnon had 2 touchdowns. Good game from him.
Going on next game, we got the heartbreak, Giants and Panthers. Giants going down to 6-8, Panthers going up to 14-0. I mean,
what a game!
That was a great game. I'm not gonna lie. That's the game you want to watch. That's a good game.
Right. The Giants third quarter, down 35-7, made a miraculous comeback.
We all thought.
Yeah, but they just can't seal the deal. That just happens. That's just what the season's been.
I've heard this before. I mean, when there's 2 elite QBs on the field, the last person to get the ball has the last laugh. That's what I've heard before in the past, and obviously that here happens in this game with Cam Newton getting the ball down and kicking a field goal. I mean, that's pretty nice by him.
Right.
easily the MVP. I'm saying that. He's MVP.
Yeah, I believe so. He's been having a great
he's
season.
He's having an excellent season by the Zimmerman.
But, you know, the Giants, they've had so many opportunities to close out their games, but they just can't do it. You know, going back to, like, one of the first plays of the game, Odell Beckham drops the touchdown.
And,
you know,
Rogers Cromartie dropping that interception.
Dropping the interception.
Easily would have been a pick six.
You can go back a couple weeks, the Patriots game. Landon Collins dropping the interception. The Giants have so many opportunities to win games.
They can't grasp a win.
You think about it, they win like 2 of the games. They've been up by a touchdown or more in the fourth quarter. They're in the playoffs for sure, leading the division. But, you know, they just can't close out games.
What do you think they need? I mean, I think, for me personally, I think they need depth in their defense. That's what I think.
I think so too.
The offense, I think they get the ball against Panthers defense, scoring 35 points. That's impressive.
Right.
You know, you've been hearing a lot about this Panthers this year. I mean, Luke Kuechly, I can't even say his last name, but I mean, he's a good guy. And Josh Norman with the whole incident at Odell. I mean, should Odell have been suspended?
Now, I'm not gonna say Odell shouldn't have been suspended. I agree with the league's punishment and everything, but
I mean,
I think Norman should have been punished as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, if Odell gets suspended, Norman should get suspended too.
Right. Now, I believe that Norman started with Odell. I mean, I know it's always the second guy gets caught, but I believe that both of them should have been punished. Like, if they were both going to if someone was going to get thrown out of the game, they both should have got thrown out of the game. You know, there's no need for that. Odell took an unnecessary hit to his head. You know, I mean, I know it's just a part of the game, but that's just unnecessary risk for injury. But I think it was just as much as Norman as it was Odell. So I don't believe he should be punished more than Norman.
What do you think about the Giants matchup next week against the Vikings? Do you think they're going to win that one?
It's going to be hard without Odell. I mean, I know one player doesn't win or lose a game, but
it's that good of a player. That's why Tom Coughlin didn't bench him, because he's one of the best players on the team. I mean, he's going to perform.
Right. You know, I think he's good. He's definitely going to make a huge difference in the game. But I think they got some receivers that can step up for him.
Eli's going to find a way to score.
Right.
He will. He always does. I mean, going on the another NFC guy, we got the Redskins and the Bills. Redskins winning this one, 35 to the Bills, 28, I believe, maybe 25. But, you know, the Redskins did an outstanding performance holding the Bills to the second half without scoring. I mean, that's impressive with Deshaun McCoy and Tyrod Taylor. I mean, that's pretty good. For the Redskins defense, you don't hear a lot from them. I mean, I keep on going about defense is good. I mean, these guys, they shut down. These guys are good.
Defense wins championships, as we can see with
little Michael Strahan coat.
With the Seahawks a couple years ago with the Broncos. You know, their defense killed them. Defense wins championship. And right now, the Redskins are pulling away with the division, it looks like.
It's going to be up to the Eagles next week to beat them to get the Giants hope alive. But, you know, who knows? We don't know. The division is so tight. I mean, it's unexpected. You don't know.
Kirk Cousins had a very good game with 319 yards and 4 touchdowns. You know, he turned it on this week.
He did a good job with them. And you know, going on to the Bills' offense, they did not produce. I can't blame it on Tyrod Taylor, but I mean, LaShawn McCoy leaving definitely impacted that thing.
Right.
I mean, Sammy Watkins still having a great season though.
Right, he is. You know, but you know, there's been some arguments between the GM and the coaching staff about their use of Sammy Watkins, and they're not really using him. Yeah.
Oh man, that disrupts the team right there.
Right.
Going on next game, we got the Texans and the Colts. Texans winning this game 16-10, taking the division lead against the Colts. The Colts dropping down to 6-8, can still win it though. Don't worry.
Right.
I mean, Texans, good job by them, I would suppose. I mean, their defense definitely shut down Hasselbeck. Definitely Frank Gore didn't do a lot this week. I mean, there's really nothing else to say other than the Texans' defense doing the job.
Yeah, I can't even say that because, like you just said, shutting down Hasselbeck and the Colts. Like, come on.
Luck in the Colts.
It's supposed to be luck in the Colts. They didn't really shut them down, you know. They're shutting down a backup QB. No disrespect to Matt Hasselbeck. He's great, but
old man.
He's an old man, you know. I don't think they would have beat the Colts with Luck with there, you know.
You know, Luck would have found definitely other options. I mean, going on to the next game, we got the Seahawks and the Browns. Seahawks winning this game 30-13. Seahawks going up to 9-5. Browns 3-11. Nice. Seahawks, outstanding performance.
Right, they're really turning it on coming playoff time. You know, they have a really good shot at making the playoffs this year.
The Cardinals already clinched a playoff berth, but I mean,
wild card spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good job by those guys.
Right.
Definitely the Seahawks pushing them. I mean, the wild card, definitely the guy from the NFC East is definitely going to have to go against these guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be hard. Redskins, you guys going down. If the
Right.
Giants go, oh, we're going to win.
But you know what? The Seahawks are going to be hurt by not having a big running game now. I mean,
Yeah.
Marshawn Lynch should be available come playoff time, but
I mean, that's
you
weeks
know,
without preparing.
Right.
He's been injured for how long? Yeah.
right. So it's going to be all on Russell Wilson's shoulders, and I don't know if he can provide. I mean,
Yeah, he's doing a good job.
he's doing it right, but we'll see when playoff time hits. What's going to happen?
Definitely, his receivers don't have to do a lot. Just catch the
Right.
ball because you're already in the end zone. Expectation, Doug Baldwin.
Right.
A lot of touchdowns these past weeks. Getting me a lot of fantasy points.
Right.
Johnny Manziel and the Browns. I mean, against the Seahawks defense, I'm surprised he put up some good numbers.
Right.
I mean, I'm not disappointed by the performance. I mean, it's the Seahawks. What do you expect?
Right. You know, the Seahawks have had a very good D for the past 3 or 4 years. You know, they're just
early in the season they weren't finding a way. Now they're definitely
right.
clicking.
Now they're clicking. You know, I think it just had to go with the chemistry. You know, they had a lot of pieces moving around with, you know, the Legion of Boom. A lot of them, like Cam Chancellor, was gone for about a month. You know, they had Browner leave. They had Thurman leave. Like, they're rotating pieces in. So, you know, they have to get used to each other. And once the chemistry builds, we see, you know, they're very good.
Going on to the next game, we got the Packers and the Raiders. Packers win this game 30-20. Packers looking nice in the division. I mean, we're gonna touch on this for a little bit. I mean, Raiders are definitely out. I mean, the Broncos, they're definitely doing good in that.
Right.
I mean, with the talk about the teams moving, Raiders, I think they're going to stay. Oakland, I think that's fine by them. Going on to the Packers' offense, we've seen a lot of progress from those guys. Defense was definitely struggling a little bit in the second, but you know they got the job done.
Right.
And you know, a good job with the Packers. Yep, definitely a good job holding off Minnesota for that division.
Right. I think, but you know, going back to Oakland, you know, I think Amari Cooper had a great game with 6 catches, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns. You know, he had a great game, but he can't do it all by himself. Takes a team to win a game.
The Raiders' offense is definitely scary. They're definitely a threat.
And I like this little committee they got going on with James Starks, Green Bay Packers, with James Starks and Eddie Lacy. They're playing great together. I think they both complement each other well. Right. They complement each other well. You know?
Going on with the talk about the teams moving, we're going to go on to the Chargers. Upsettingly, the Chargers won this game. That's good. I mean, against Miami, they won this game 30-14. But you know, everyone's saying, "Oh, it's going to be the last game in Qualcomm Stadium." Don't judge me if I said that wrong. They're Chargers Stadium, I guess. So I mean, it's sad to see a team move, but I mean,
right.
There's nothing else to explain.
Went out with a win.
Good job, though. Way to win.
Way to win.
Way to send it out. But I mean, it's just we've never seen a team move. We were born in '98. We never seen a team move. You don't know what to expect.
Right.
And going on to LA, they've had a bunch of teams in the past. I mean, we don't know what to expect. We don't know.
Right. But you know, Phillip Rivers, saluting his stadium goodbye, had a great game.
All the players saying goodbye to that stadium just in case they do move.
Right.
Which is the talk everyone's saying they're going to move.
Right. He threw for 311 yards and 3 touchdowns. He had 2 interceptions, but you know, great game by him. Yeah. Donald Brown for them had 90 yards.
Antonio Gates
right on 12 carries.
That team. That's a good job by him.
Right. You know, they have a nice team. You know, they're a little bit of an older team, so you know they've been playing around. They got some chemistry, so you know I look for them in the future to have a very good team.
Yep. Going on next game, we get the Broncos and the Steelers. Broncos sadly losing this one, 27-34. Antonio Brown with an impressive performance this week as well.
Right. He had 16 receptions for 189 yards and 2 touchdowns. Can anyone stop this man? I don't know.
Even a kid Jaleel couldn't stop him. I mean,
right.
He's a pretty dang good quarterback.
He's a very good receiver.
I mean, the Steelers still in the hunt for a wild card. That's shocking.
Right.
I mean, these teams, they're exploding like the Seahawks in this past weeks.
Right.
Like, that you would expect them to be in the playoff picture, but they still are, but they don't have a spot. Like, clinched. I'm surprised about that.
Could you see them in the Super Bowl, maybe? Those 2 teams going up against each other? Steelers and Seahawks? One offense versus one defense?
Oh, man. I mean, no, I don't think the Seahawks are going to make it that far.
You don't think so?
Nah, I don't think so about that. I think the Panthers are doing an excellent job this year.
Okay.
The Broncos' offense, Brock Osweiler having a pretty good game, but
right.
I mean, the defense. I mean, and you can't stop Antonio. You can't stop the Steelers.
Right.
You can't. D'Angelo Williams doing an excellent job. Antonio Brown performing. Latavius Bryant performing. Ben Roethlisberger doing a great job for that offense.
But it doesn't seem like the Broncos did anything for the Broncos defense did anything to stop. I'm sorry. It doesn't seem like Pittsburgh defense did anything to stop the Broncos offense either. As Emmanuel Sanders, 10 receptions for 181 yards and a touchdown. He had a great game.
But I mean, the Broncos couldn't find a way to score in the third or the fourth to help win that game.
Right.
That's surprising to see as well. Could I see both these teams? I can see the Broncos in the playoffs.
Right.
Steelers, I don't know. The Jets are doing a great job. Kansas City's doing an excellent job as well, winning this past game.
Right.
I mean, it's hard to see them in. I mean, it really is. I mean, maybe the Bengals lose. But
yeah.
I don't
Speaking of the Bengals, they had a great game this week. Putting in their new quarterback, winning the game. Actually, this is the first quarterback from Alabama in like 20 years to win their first game starting.
Wow.
So
Really?
Kudos to AJ McCarron.
Jeez, what a man.
Right.
Well, it's Bengals. I mean, they have a good team.
Right.
Against the 49ers defense, I don't know about that. But still, they're pretty good.
Right. Still a win. It doesn't matter.
Going on next game, we got the Cardinals and the Eagles. Cardinals winning this one 40-17. Not that much to talk about here.
A blowout.
Yeah, no, not yet. Not really much to talk about, except the Eagles' defense not providing. Well, how can you stop David Johnson?
David Johnson,
That man's an animal.
29 attempts, 187 yards,
Just feed him the
3
ball.
touchdowns.
Just feed him the ball.
But that just goes to show you how much depth Arizona has. Going from Chris Johnson, Andre Ellington, and now to a rookie, and putting up numbers like this. It's just like the Seahawks story, Marshawn Lynch goes down, Rawls is up. Produced. I mean, Rawls is unfortunately hurt for the season, out for the season. But I think it's been the year of the running back, the rookie running back.
These guys are definitely a great team. They gotta watch out. I definitely see the Panthers and these guys going against each other in the championship matchup. Going on the last game, we got the Lions and the Saints. Lions win this game 35-27. Drew Brees putting up impressive numbers, but not enough to win the game.
Right, but
still, the Saints defense is cursing this team a little bit.
Right, I believe so. But a very good milestone for Drew Brees, threw over 60,000 yards. He's the 4th player in NFL history to do that.
Good job.
So kudos to Drew Brees. But I wouldn't think he would care about that. I mean, I think he would rather get the win over the 60,000 yards. But you can't blame it on him.
Yeah, I mean, the Saints defense has up the most touchdowns in this league.
Right.
I mean, they definitely need some help. What can you expect? What can you for the draft? What do you think they need?
Definitely they need some linebackers.
You think?
Right. I definitely think they need some linebackers. Vilma leaving hurt them this year. Retiring. I think they're gonna need a linebacker in there.
No, maybe they need help in the secondary to stop those big guys they go against. As they go against the Lion Calvin, they go against all these good receivers. I think maybe they need some good secondary, but it's going to take some time for the Saints to recover.
Right, it's going to take some time.
I think that's about it. I mean, we'll talk about the NFC pillar picture a little bit. I mean, Panthers, Cardinals looking good.
Right.
Steelers and the Vikings, that's still a dogfight for the wild division and then the wild card spot because both those teams actually get in.
Right.
I mean, the NFC East, up for debate. I mean, if the Redskins lose this week to the Eagles, that'd be great for the Giants, but the Giants have to win, though. That's the thing. Giants have to win. They can't lose.
They have to win against Minnesota. And Adrian Peterson is going to be back and healthy this week. So, it's going to be a tall task for the Giants, but if they prevail, it can show what kind of team they can be and maybe make a playoff push, And
then going on to the last team, I guess the Seahawks and the wild card, I mean, they're definitely going in. That's what I'm afraid of for the Giants in the NFC East because they're going to have to go against them. I mean, it's going to be good, but you know what? There's a lot to expect in these couple of weeks. And I can't wait to watch it. I think that's about it for us. I'm Jake.
I'm Ben.
See you guys next week.